Well, Mike, I want to know about the list. The movie is gonna be on theaters very soon, and I want to know what are your expectations about the audience here in Paraguay about on this movie.
Well, I have extremely high expectations for the list. The list is a really great movie, and I'm sure every possible filmmaker has always said their movie is great. Every person, but I really believe it, and um, I think it's a great movie for Paraguay. We made it in Paraguay, made by everyone in the film is a longtime resident or native of Paraguay.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, except me, and I made it when I lived there.
Mm-hmm.
And just all talent, Paraguayan talent. But my expectation is that many thousands of Paraguayans will go see the movie and enjoy it. It's one of the rare movies where people say words like vos and sos
Mm-hmm.
in the whole world. So, and speak with the Paraguayan accent because it's Paraguayan. And so I think it's going to be great.
Yeah. I want to know what inspires you to write the script of the list.
My experience in my background, I was in the U.S. military. I worked at the U.S. embassies,
Mhm.
and I had a chance to live in Iraq. Um, well, not really live. It was actually a war. A little different after Saddam Hussein and the dictatorship there, and just the being there after the dictatorship of Iraq and the feelings of freedom,
Mhm.
new democracy, um, and also I was in the embassy system in Yugoslavia in Kosovo.
Mhm.
The day when the Kosovo people became free from the dictatorship of Slobodan Milosevic, I was there. And again, the sense of freedom. And in Kosovo, it was different because they took justice into their own hands. They
Mhm.
said, we're not going to wait for justice or court cases or lawyers. We're going to do it ourselves. And so I kept that with me in my heart forever. And when I moved to Asuncion in 2015, I just fell in love with the city
Mhm.
and just I felt like I was in Spain or as a kid I lived in Germany and I had a chance to so I lived in Europe for several years and I felt moving to Paraguay I felt like I was in Europe in many ways and so all of this was moving around in my little head and then I just fell in love with the city. I started meeting people who were filmmakers like myself um, and the story just came together. My experience in Kosovo, my experience in Iraq, my experience in Europe, and then being in this beautiful city, Asuncion, and with the great talent of Paraguay, and having been in a dictatorship in Paraguay itself, kind of all of that came together into Lista.
Mhm. And what how was the process of recruiting the crew and the cast for
Ah,
the list?
well, I will tell you, I was afraid. I was a little bit afraid. Um, because in my mind, I knew I would find great talent for actors in Spanish, speaking Espanol. I was a little afraid finding actors speaking English, speaking American style, close to American style English. And, but I did. I fantastically did. The crew, um, early on, I brought a guy named Dove Simmons to Paraguay from Hollywood. He's a teacher of independent film. And in teaching a seminar for how to make low budget movies, I met a lot of Paraguayan filmmakers. I met a lot of people from Hay Films and other film companies. And I realized there was so much talent here in front of the camera and behind the camera.